Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, Senate File 2346 deals with auto insurance and more specifically the uninsured coverage, and this is a very great consumer-friendly policy change that we're working on today. Imagine myself, my wife, and Senator Riley are all in a vehicle, and I've purchased $100,000 of uninsured motorist coverage. We're involved in an uninsured motorist accident. I've covered myself for $100,000. I've covered Senator Riley for $100,000. But with some companies, they only provide the minimum limit for my spouse or a blood relative of $20,000. What we're fixing here is that if an insurance company has reduced coverage for a blood relative, they must at least offer and notify the consumer that they have an opportunity to purchase coverage for their blood relatives at least the same limit that they have purchased for themselves or other people in their vehicle. It goes on to say that someone must offer at least the same limits for uninsured and underinsured motorists as their bodily injury limit, but again, the consumer is not required to purchase those limits. And then we specifically talk about this does not affect the stacking or the anti-stacking provisions within an automobile policy. With that, Mr. President, I believe there is an amendment.
There is an amendment, Senate Amendment 5128, and that's by yourself. You are in order.
Thank you, Mr. President. What this amendment does is, for a lot of us, we refer to this provision in an uninsured motorist portion of the policy as a step-down provision. There was no definition of that within the code, so we struck the term step-down provision, so it's just a clerical change for the policy. With that, I would simply move the amendment.